Good morning everybody, hope you're all well and managed to cope somehow with this situation with the lockdown and what have you. Just going to give you an update on the Skoda, and also do you remember in the previous video when I took the Skoda for the MOT and there was that MG in the garage that I showed you? Well, today is a day to get that out. So I took the Skoda off the road last November in 2019, put it in that caravan awning, but the compound they have, it's big enough to enable me to get it out periodically and just run it round the compound, get everything up to temperature and one thing and another. Brought it out in February for a pre-booked MOT. And it did well on that. No advisories, went straight through. It's borne up well, but I must admit I have had to wax it again because the paint fades on it pretty badly. But it's up and running, taxed, back on the road. Last few days I've been emptying one of my garages because the MG that's in this other garage is going to be dragged out and put in the awning where this was, and I'm going to see if I can get that MG to fire up, make a little video on it because that's going to be sold. It's probably going to go, and it'll end up on eBay, will the MG, and it fetches what it fetches. Don't know if you've got any love for motorbikes, but this is my Suzuki GS850G. It's a 1979. This has been off the road since about 2008, I think, where my brother bought it, and he's done probably an 80% restoration job on it. I bought it off him, got this back on the road beginning of the year, and it's absolutely marvellous to ride around on. But if there's any love for motorbikes, I'll do a more in-depth video on that at another point. And I also do have another GS, but that's a 550 and that one's a bit sorting out. So we'll get on with getting that garage open and getting that MG out. But before I do that, I'm quite hungry and I think it's time to go up to the snack van, get a fried spam sandwich and a brew. I was a bit quick with that immobiliser. Really like driving this car, and away she goes. So it's off to Sam's Butty Bar for refreshments. No, it's not, because I've just remembered she's not there Mondays. So I'll head down into town and see what I can find down there. They can't half bob on these new modern tractors. They're talking about tractors. I think we're going to be using a 1963 old Duffield tractor that's just been restored to pull MG out, so if all the plans come to fruition it'll all be good. Hopefully just round this corner there should be Katie's snack van. Oh yeah, there it is. So that's where I'm going to get a bite to eat and then we'll get off up to the garage. that for a wedge of spam. Oh yes. Back up at Bleak Pit now. Transit parked up in Puma. And hopefully by the time we've finished, that MG will be in that awning. We have to dig all this foliage away to get that door open. And in here, for those that have not seen it already, is the MG. So this MG really is a garage find. I've known about it for quite some time. It's actually sat in this garage for the last 10 years. And prior to that it was garaged elsewhere, where it had sat since 2000. And that's the last time it was on the road. It's a 1978 MG BGT 1800 with a twin SU carburetors and the overdrive gearbox. Now I should imagine when this was put in here it was quite a bonny car, but of course last 20 years have taken its toll and it's quite rotten around the back end. I suspect it's probably going to be quite rotten underneath, but the thing about it is it's a bit of a time warp really, because it's all complete, it's all there. I've actually turned the engine over by hand and it's not seized. Excuse me. And at some point, like I say, it's coming out of here and it's going in awning over there, where I'll attempt to get a spark, and if I can get a spark I'll attempt to fire it up, but we'll see. So like I say, it's been stood in here, it's been parked up now for 20 years. And the backstory on this is, this MG was owned by an older gentleman and he passed away in 2000. The car then went to his son. He had it parked up at his home in a garage there and for at least 10 years. Then it came up to this garage and this is where it's remained. It's not really turned a wheel in 20 years. Back brakes are seized on, unfortunately, but like I say, we're going to get the tractor on it and tow it out. But it's just amazing. I mean, it's covered in all sorts of muck at the minute, and when I do get it out I'm going to hose it off before it goes in that awning, hopefully. There's a new pair of back wings here for it. So somebody had the intention of doing something with this at some stage, but obviously didn't get round to it. Sad tale really, but it's like anything else, isn't it? Imagine if this had been your parents' car. There's just things that you don't want to get rid of, because you think, well, I'll get round to doing it one day, and then a couple of years go by and before you know it 10 years have gone by. And as in the case of this, 20 years. It's all complete inside. Somebody has messed about with the ignition and one thing and another, because the keys have been lost. But the logbook's on its way anyway, so hopefully by the time this comes to be sold it will have a logbook with it. It's all complete inside, and inside really it is quite reasonable to say that it has been parked up all this time. There's damp in it, like there will be, humidity and one thing and another. All the headlining's in good order. Not even going to attempt to open that sunroof, because I don't know what nasties we're going to be lurking with sticking seals or rotten framework and one thing and another. Overdrive gearbox. Little dinky seat in the back like they have. And it's on wire wheels as well, or should I say it's on 3 wire wheels. The 4th one is flat and in the boot. But the original wheel rims that would have come on this car originally are down here under these 2 rear wings, and there's a couple of front seats there and one thing and another, and various bits and bobs about the place. I need to get it out so I can see just what is in here, so I'm going to free these bolts up, clear away all this growth here and get it out. So we've got the doors open, and it's the first time it's seen day of light in 20 years. Get a closer look. Still very dark at the front. So we're going to get the rope on it now. I've got Keiran helping, and Phillip and Peter probably, and we're going to drag it out with this 1963 Duffield 460. And Keiran and Phillip and Peter have spent the best part of 6 months restoring this tractor. Sounds sweet as a nut, and it looks absolutely fantastic. New tyres on it, all new paint, been totally stripped down, it's had steering joints on it, etc, etc. And let's hope it's up to the job. I'm quite sure it will be. So without further ado, we'll get that rope on and we'll get it out. So here goes. Let's see if it pulls brakes off.
Have you not had the wheels jacked up to free them off?
Not yet, I'm hoping it's going to make them off.
That's what I'm quite snap the rope. It's not a really strong rope, that.
Give it a pull, see what happens.
Oh, I've got a cable, it's very good cable on it. Back
No,
to
we're
the
doing
hanger on
it.
the back of the chassis.
Oh, wait, hang on a minute. Just get me away. Go on. Yeah, you can do Peter. I don't got wheels, Pete. You're all right. Working. Go on. Nice one. Well, that came out easier than I thought it would, and then brakes came off lovely. And that little tractor has come into its own today. Just played with it. Go on, Phillip, you can do it. Or you can leave it to the tractor to do it.
Tractor will do it now. Tractor will do it now.
Yeah. Oh, it's making light work of it. First time not stick lighted in 20 years. We're going to get it out, get it on here now. It's going to get a bit of the hose off. Then into awning. Don't that sound sweet? First time we've seen it out at garage now. It's all there, it's all complete. We're going to get the hose pipe out in a second and get the brush on it and see if we can get this crap off and see what it looks like underneath. Then it's into the awning, and then a bit later on we'll be getting that bonnet up and see if we can get it to spark. And if we get it to spark, we'll put some petrol down it back at carburetors on air intake, and hopefully it will fire. So it's joined the team, probably for a brief period of time, but we'll just see what we can do with it.
What a shame, though.
Don't stand there, Phil.
What a shame.
Get wet there.
Ah.
It is a shame, isn't it?
Oh no. $4.99 it says.
What?
Well, taxes. $4.99. Taxes $4.99.
Oh, there's one behind it, 2,000.
What is it?
2,000, yeah. So there we go, knocked a bit of dirt off it. Obviously it looks shiny because it's wet, but it's a lot cleaner now. It can be put in this awning. You can mess with it. No, we're not going to get covered in all sorts of crap and spiders and things like that. And the next thing will be to get it to fire. Hopefully get it to spark, and then hopefully get it to fire. Is it going for that corner there?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, go for that.
I'll back out. Sean. That's Sean Bush.
Gearbox is tight. So that's it in the awning. All under cover and all ready for fettling with. So that was today's capers, and next time you see the MG, we'll see if we can get it to fire. Bye for now, take care.